Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Face is glorious, but my penis steals the show.
Oh, yeah. We're leaving that in. Ahoy, all of you flick freaks out there. What is going on? My name is Andrew, and welcome to episode 57 of the Flick Freak Podcast. Joining me, as always, we have the king of the doldrums, Brian Vaughn.
Hi, kids.
And the wrong half of Hollywood, Jareth Mooneyham.
Also, ahoy. Ahoy to the reckoning.
Yes. So, how is everybody doing today?
Not as good as Jareth's penis.
Not as good as Jareth's penis.
Very few things are.
Is everybody full? Everybody full?
Yeah, I am loaded up.
We had quite the brunch today with alcoholic bacon and cinnamon rolls and breakfast burritos.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I was impressed by that bacon.
Well, the mistake we made, because obviously you wanted to make sure everyone had enough food, is that you and I made like large but still human-sized breakfast burritos,
and Jareth
just the rest of it.
Yeah, so it was basically just like a pillowcase with meat and eggs and salsa stuffed in it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pillowcase bursting at the seams.
Yeah.
I always get overambitious with burritos. Because I think, yeah, that'll fit, and it never, ever fits.
I wish you worked at Chipotle, and I would just wait for you to be on the trail, whatever they call it. What do they call that as you move down the...
assembly line?
Yeah, the assembly line.
Do they call it that? I guess they do.
Yeah.
They're assembling your food.
Yeah.
The train?
The assemble train?
No, they just call it the train. The one at the front.
The train-potle?
The one at the front's the conductor. He runs the train.
Yeah, they run the train on your burrito.
You could wear a conductor's hat.
Sour cream.
All right. So we're going to start off this episode with something we haven't done in a while. Guys, we done fucked up.
We did.
We did fuck up. Technically, it wasn't anybody in this room that fucked up.
So it was Mike, wasn't it?
It actually wasn't Mike either.
Oh.
It was Zach.
Can we blame
Zach?
Mike?
Fucked up.
Zach done fucked up.
He's not even in this state.
He's not in the state, but he does run our Twitter page. And our Facebook page.
What the hell, Zach?
So, do you remember a couple weeks ago whenever Zach was flipping his shit because he thought that Breaking Bad Season 6 was going to be a real thing?
Yes.
He posted that all over our Twitter and Facebook account, and people were losing their fucking minds.
Oh, man.
And then when we told him it was fake, he's like, oh, man, that sucks. But he forgot to take it down.
So it just stayed up there.
It stayed up there, and everybody on our Twitter page and Facebook was losing their shit.
Zach basically baited the entire internet, or at least the portion of it that is familiar with us, which is, I'm gonna
about half the internet.
Most of the internet, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that idea. Can it be like a small portion of the internet?
No, it's most of the internet.
Okay, so 70% of the internet is porn. The other 30% is us.
Right.
And, sometimes it's like a Venn diagram where we kind of mix over,
Yeah, it has
we
before.
do the porn episode?
Yeah, we do the porn episode.
Well, we had that episode where it got discussed.
Oh, man.
So,
and
there
then,
is a little bit of bleed over.
And then episode 56, we just offended every single demographic on the planet, which was great.
Yeah, you have to do that once you start commanding 30% of the internet.
I'd say that there's bleed over into porn, but there's no porn bleed over into us. They're never talking about us.
I never see I never see a clip where like the girl is asking the guy,
pardon me,
which was her favorite Indiana Jones film.
Yeah,
I think I could get into that.
A lot of it to find.
Pardon me, between Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite, which do you think was the best hipster Nickelodeon movie?
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, did Nickelodeon do Napoleon Dynamite?
I don't think so.
I know they did Nacho Libre, I think.
And Nacho Libre was what Jack Black was like a masked wrestler.
Yeah.
A luchador.
Slash monk.
Yeah. I actually really like Nacho Libre. I thought it was
I've never actually seen it.
It's quite funny. Ooh, either of you, before we go on, did you watch your movies? I think I forgot to give you City
I
of
did
God.
not, but I did watch some movies this week.
I didn't
All
know
right.
I had a movie to watch.
Yeah,
See,
we were going to give you City of God to watch. It was the foreign language film, the drama we were telling you to watch.
But you guys know I can't read.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
We did forget
I didn't-
that. And it's
yeah.
not a dubbed movie, it's subtitled. So
I am non-iconographic.
Who would watch a dubbed movie anyway?
I do.
Somebody,
Whenever
I hate dubbed
here's
movies.
here's my preface. Whenever it's a live action movie like City of God or Pan's Labyrinth,
Right.
I'll do sub. But when it's animated films like
Oh, okay.
Cowboy Bebop or
Sure.
Howl's Moving Castle, I have to watch dub.
I can get behind that. Sure.
I don't
haven't
know
tried
why.
it, but I will try it now.
because it's only ever super hilarious to watch a dubbed live-action movie.
I just
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and be like Javier Bardem sounds like a woman. You know,
Yeah.
that doesn't appeal to me.
Although, whenever I watch the old Toho Godzilla movies, I watch the dubbed versions
That's
then
that's different.
it's
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like kaiju movies, like B movies, like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it
part
almost
of the,
enhances
that's part of the
it.
joy.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, Godzilla!
yeah. And the mouth
They're
keeps
still
moving.
going for
or
like
kung
a year.
fu films.
Yeah, same thing. That's
yeah,
fine.
exactly.
I have no problem with that.
All right, so Brian, you and we both have a "Did you see that?" opinion of the week.
Okay,
Yours-
we'll get back to complaining about Zach's malfeasance later
Yes.
if we choose to.
Oh yeah, he has quite a few. Why don't you go first because yours is actually probably positive.
Well, and I know what you're probably going to talk about, so I'm really interested to
That
see what you have to say.
Foretells bad things.
Yeah. Some
So-
valuable foreshadowing. So the movie that I saw a couple this week, but what I'm going to choose to talk about this week is The Gift, which I believe now is available on DVD and Blu-ray for people who are into that kind of thing, which is everyone.
Yes.
So The Gift is kind of a suspense thriller weirdo movie directed by and starring Joel Edgerton, and also stars Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall. Those are your primary actors. There is an appearance also by Allison Tolman, who was the lead in the first season of Fargo. And I'm glad to see she's getting some more work because she was fantastic in that.
she was really good.
Yeah.
Did she win the Golden Globe or the Emmy for that?
I believe that she did, but
Yeah.
I don't hold me to that. I don't want to pull a Zach Chadwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that? Anyway.
Oh wait,
So-
is that Zach Chadwick?
Who? Oh yes,
The Zach? Okay. I've
The
seen him on
Zach
Facebook
Chadwick.
once or twice.
yes, the Zach Chadwick.
I am well connected to everything I do.
Yeah, you
Yes.
are.
Well, he lives in Chicago, so it's most likely you've never met him.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
I'll go ahead and use that as my good excuse.
Yeah.
So when you guys are done fucking around, I'm gonna.
I'm just waiting for another good excuse. Rob.
Yeah, I know. That's what you live for, wizard motherfucker. Okay, so The Gift is about basically Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall's characters. You can tell that they kind of needed a fresh start. They've moved to the LA area. They've moved to California from Chicago, which we just mentioned.
Yes.
Just looking for a fresh start. They buy a new house. Bateman's character has a new fancy job. And really early on in the movie, you get the premise, which is very simple, and the movie works because of that, works really well because of that, which is that he, while shopping, runs into someone who comes up to him, which Joel Edgerton plays. Gordo is the character's name, which is fat in Spanish, but, Joel Edgerton is in good shape. Anyway, so,
Really? His name's Gordo?
yeah, Gordon, but he goes by that.
Ah, okay.
Why would you go by Gordo if you have a choice?
Why would you go? I don't know. He's also totally rocking like a 90s goatee. So, anyway, they meet at the cash register. Jason Bateman's character does not recognize him. But anyway, they start trying to develop some sort of friendship. Gordo comes to dinner a couple times. And he's just a little off. Like, everything about him seems a little socially awkward, and he gets caught in a couple of lies. And from here, everything kind of just spirals. All of the characters, as the movie kind of continues, plot-wise, you realize that there's not really a reliable narrator of the bunch. Like, there's not really a good way to know what's really happening or who you're supposed to believe in any given situation. And I am an absolute sucker for stuff like that. It had a little bit of a Hitchcock feel to it.
So does at the beginning of the film it makes you think, oh yeah, there's no way you can trust Joel Edgerton's character, but
Yeah.
then you start to question that?
Yeah. And
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah. I mean, and I'm not gonna like give anything concrete away, but
Sure.
the three main characters we're dealing with here, none of them are exactly who they're presented as in the beginning by any stretch. So I am really into psychological suspense thriller type movies. So I would heartily give the movie a see it. So go rent or Redbox or use your computer to watch The Gift if you're out there.
Fantastic. That's actually one of the few movies I haven't seen this year.
See, I'm trying to play catch up right now
Yeah.
as the year winds to a close.
I'm at 40 movies so far this year.
I am
so-
probably at like 15, so
15.
I have work to do.
I've seen a few movies this year, none of them from this year.
Oh yeah. Wait, you've seen Mission Impossible, the new one, haven't you?
Nope.
Or Mad Max?
I did see that one.
Yeah.
Liar. See?
Yeah.
You saw
Avengers.
No, he actually
You're
only
right.
saw Mad Max, the original.
Oh yeah, the Mel
I
Gibson.
watched the old Mad Max. No, Beyond Thunderdome.
That's
And
okay.
he
Everybody
actually-
shits on that movie. I love Beyond Thunderdome.
love Beyond
It
Thunderdome.
has some nostalgia factor.
Maybe
going
that's
on.
why I like it
Yeah.
so much.
No, it's just Who Rules Bartertown.
Andrew, you do, don't you?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I thought, anyway.
Just walk away from the gasoline, guys. Wait, that was Mad Max 3, wasn't it?
What was
Or-
that called?
It wasn't. No, it was Mad Max or Road Warrior was
Road
2.
Warrior was 2.
So it's Mad Max, Road Warrior,
and
2.
then Beyond Thunderdome. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, Mad Max, and then Road Warrior, and then
And then now
Beyond
Mad Max
Fury Road.
Not to be confused with Roadhouse.
the Patrick Swayze movie.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys said you had a good idea of what movie I was going to be
So
talking
I
about.
assumed
he
you
said
were.
he did.
I assumed you were going to talk about Spectre.
You are absolutely correct.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about Spectre
Uh-oh.
because, as you guys know, I'm a huge James Bond guy.
Yeah,
love James Bond.
I am a big fan of the franchise as a collective.
Yes. So I really do like Daniel Craig as James Bond. I think he does a great job.
Yeah.
This is the worst Daniel Craig James Bond movie. Easily. Way worse than Quantum of Solace. Yeah.
And I had my definite issues with Quantum of Solace.
Everybody does.
I've
No,
only seen 2 Daniel Craig Bond movies, and that's the first one and Skyfall.
so you saw the 2 incredible ones. Yeah.
I actually had some problems with Skyfall.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
that Javier Bardem was beyond fantastic.
Oh no,
as
Javier
the-
Bardem was amazing.
Yeah.
Many of the actors, the acting in it was great. I had some more problems with things they did in the movie.
I gotcha. So, John Logan, he wrote the screenplay for this one, and he should not be allowed anywhere near a script again if this is what he's going to put out. Performances in the movie, I'll say this right now, performances are good. They're really good. The script was just ungodly bad.
See, I've heard very few positive things from anyone I know. And I guess, I didn't think that the acting would be a problem regardless.
No, they all did really good. But they would introduce characters and then they would just disappear. And it's not like they were just like nobody actors. They were A-list actors that would be on screen for like less than a minute. You're like, oh, when are they coming back? And they never fucking do.
That is
I'm
really
gonna
weird.
I'm gonna spoil something for you right now, okay? You know how they made a huge deal? Monica Bellucci was the new Bond girl,
Right.
You know? She's in the movie for 30 seconds,
That is bizarre. Monica Bellucci's been around a while now.
and she's still insanely hot.
I remember the first time I saw her, which I was like 16 or 17.
Was it The Matrix Reloaded?
No, God, I wish I remember the name of it. I
Probably
don't know.
some Italian film
Yeah,
or something like that.
I can't remember it. It's something I saw once. Didn't make a huge impression on me.
Was it Irreversible or something like that?
Oh, Irreversible, I have seen, and I do not recommend watching that movie.
It's not the best.
It's also just thoroughly disturbing.
Yeah.
That is an unflinching rape scene, which is not something I really cared to. I mean, I understand it in service of the film, I guess, but
They Watch Mojo, the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
They had top 10 goriest, most shocking movies ever, and I think that was like number 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was not. I didn't actually really know what I was getting into. I just know I knew it was fairly well reviewed, so I just put it on one afternoon on the weekend,
Yeah,
and that's what happened to me.
yeah,
That's a good weekend movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but it sounds off.
it's
pretty brutal.
yeah.
But back to Spectre. So I was really fascinated with this because they were bringing back one of James Bond's original villains,
Yeah, I had read that.
Spectre, and what's his name? It was it's the one that Dr. Evil's based off of.
Oh, yeah.
So
Dr. No?
it wasn't Dr. No. It was I'm gonna have to look this up now.
Been ages. since I've seen it.
Oberhauser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I was like, oh man, they're bringing back that, and they're bringing it back Spectre, which I forget what that's special intelligence counter terrorism. Something. It's really stupid.
Yeah, like most acronyms. Acronyms, not
yeah.
anagrams.
Anagram. No, yeah, it's
Race car.
But
No,
so they would
That's a palindrome.
Race cars.
No,
not a
palindrome's
palindrome.
like
What's a palindrome?
a palindrome's like 343, something that can be spelt backwards.
Yeah.
the same.
So race car. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, race car's a palindrome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
race car. You can definitely spell that back. Oh my God, race car is a palindrome.
Yeah, it's a palindrome.
You thought we were just talking shit, but no, it's a real thing.
Holy shit.
This is
Apparently-
the best thing that's ever happened to Jareth.
Apparently, the longest palindrome, I don't know why I know this, but apparently the longest palindrome is like 1,000 pages long. It's like a novel is
How's
a
that
palindrome.
even possible?
I know
Because
somebody.
there's not a word that long.
No, like, you know.
Oh,
like
okay. So like multi-word palindrome.
multi-word palindrome.
Okay.
Isn't that fascinating?
It is, but it also makes me question what
Who
that
did
person
that?
did with their life.
I'm hoping that it's a computer algorithm that was
I
able
hope
to put that
so.
to. Because if somebody did that, then yeah, somebody wasted their life just so I could mention once.
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, I was able to just say race car in like 2 seconds. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was a better use.
And you
of-
blew Jareth's mind.
Yeah, he's still just flummoxed.
I was like this. I was about to be like, race car's not a palindrome. Then make fun of you, and then boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
spelled it in my head.
So, yeah, Spectre, definitely the worst of Daniel Craig's Bond movies. But compared to all other James Bond movies, it's probably just another average. And there was some of Roger Moore's lesser films.
Yeah,
Better than a Lazenby movie.
the one
Yeah.
that there was.
Yeah. You know who I really liked as James Bond and I thought was really underrated? Is Timothy Dalton. He was actually the closest to Ian Fleming's Bond. from
I
the
would have
novels.
to reinvestigate. I have not seen any of the Timothy Dalton Bonds since childhood.
I think there's only 2 or 3 of them. So.
Yeah, and in adulthood, I've only really seen GoldenEye and
God, GoldenEye's so fucking good.
GoldenEye, all the Daniel Craig movies, and then I have gone back and watched a couple of Connery and Moore's.
Goldfinger's still the best James Bond movie.
It's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, they would, like I was saying, they do is just introduce characters and then they'd be gone. There's not a lot of action in this movie. And the plot is just the weakest thing you could ever see. So yeah, you can go and see it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I mean,
so
I'll
it's
see
a
it.
C minus.
Which on my scale, 7 out of 10 is really high.
But you know me, C is average for me because I go
Yeah.
off like a
Like
American
a
grading scale. Yeah.
I go off of Semantics Corner.
Yeah.
With Brian
so
and
a
Andrew.
5 for you is average.
5 is average for me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I did see a lot of good movies this past week though. But that's the newest movie.
Right.
But like I went and saw Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I'll
Which is-
probably do that at some point.
It's an amazing movie. I loved it. And then I saw Bone Tomahawk, that horror western film with
How was that?
Russell- It's good. It's fucked up. Like
It looks pretty fucked
It's
up.
fucked up.
Now, what is this? How am I not familiar with this?
It's a western horror movie starring Matthew Fox, Kurt Russell, and David Sawyer. Is that his?
And
He's
Kurt
a guy
Russell has
from,
a
who's
pretty
the guy from
awesome
Watchmen?
mustache.
Patrick Stewart. That's who I mean. Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Or no, God, what's his fucking
Patrick
name?
Wilson.
Patrick. God damn it, I am so off my game. Yes, Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
Patrick Stewart and Patrick
Jean-Luc
Wilson have so many
Picard here.
aesthetic similarities.
Yippee ki yay! But no, Bone Tomahawk was fascinating. And the first 60% of that movie is like an amazing western, and then the very end of it turns into this truly horrifying and gory horror film.
That's bizarre.
But the transition between the two was pretty fluid. And the acting's all great.
I'll probably see that. That sounds like something I would see.
There's a scene at the very end where you see a guy get scalped, and it's not like a scene where they shy away from it. They never cuts away. Literally, no pun intended.
So it's like that scene in Nurse Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're showing you everything, and then they turn the guy upside down, and they just start hacking away in between his legs, and they cut him in half.
Yikes!
It was fucking gross.
Well, that sounds awful. I'll probably watch it.
It's really good. I know I just probably scared a bunch of people away, but it's actually a really good movie.
To be fair, anybody scared away with that probably should not have seen the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what it reminds me of, actually? If the 13th Warrior was a Western, that's what this movie would be.
Bizarre.
Yeah, but you know me, I really like 13th Warrior. I think it's an underrated movie.
Banderas.
Yeah. All right, guys. So go see Bone Tomahawk. You can, if you want to, go and see Spectre.
I'm going to do it.
There you go. All right. Top 10 news, guys. You ready to get into this? Speaking of James Bond, Daniel Craig is an asshole. If you guys, he really.
Breaking news.
I really wish that we just left it there and you moved on to the next news item. Like that. But obviously that would do us no good with our, with the actual story.
Exactly. But I don't know if you guys know this, but this is probably his last James Bond movie.
I did know that
because of what he's been doing, with the press and stuff. He literally went on a press junket and said, "I would rather slit my wrists than play James Bond again."
That's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
That's definitely the guy we want in our next Bond movie.
So, yeah, this is probably the last James Bond movie for Daniel Craig. He's probably going to get fired. But, yeah, it's a shame because I really like him as James Bond. And I hate the fact that he's shitting on this character that's made him a star. And, here's the thing. You can't get multi-millions of dollars for playing a character and then go and shit on that character after they pay you.
Well, I mean, you can. It's just you can't sit here. You can't agree to do something like that and then try to turn your back on it and act like it's beneath you.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't do that. And also, I take issue anytime I hear someone with more money than anyone, myself and every single person I know combined will ever have, saying something like, I'll slit my wrist if I have to be in a movie
Fuck
again.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Fucking weird-shaped head anyway.
Okay, so think of this. There have been more people who have walked on the moon than have played James Bond.
Yeah.
He's honored with that title. And for him to poo-poo it like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't get the mindset. Why continually agree to do? Was he contractually obligated to several?
He's actually still contractually obligated to do one more James Bond movie, but he's probably going to get fired and get his contract terminated.
Well, I mean, that's what they should do. I don't really want to watch another movie where he does not want to be in.
Like he's just going through the motions.
Yeah, he's a talented actor, but I just would rather him not even bother if that's what he's going to do.
Let's get somebody who wants to be there.
Exactly.
I mean, for all I care now, he can go back to being in the TV movie Archangel again.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing he did. I'm on his IMDb
Or
page
he can finally do The Girl Who Kicks the Hornet's Nest, because Girl with Dragon Tattoo is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like it. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but he could do. He should do it.
Yeah.
Fincher needs to make it happen.
Or he can do Cowboys and Aliens 2.
Ugh.
Daniel Craig also was in something called Saint X. Also, he played Barry in an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
He did one movie,
Is
which
there
was
still Tales of the Crypt?
No, this was 1996.
Oh, okay.
He did a movie called Layer Cake a long time ago.
Yeah,
Really good movie.
I saw that movie.
That's pretty good. Speaking... no, can't do it. So, James Bond came out this week. Speaking of things that happened this week. Paris Games Week just wrapped up on the 1st of this month. And, a lot of interesting stuff came out of that. They finally told people more about PlayStation X, or whatever they're calling it, PlayStation VR. It's no longer Morpheus, and I don't know what they're calling it now, because Morpheus was such a cool name.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed a bunch of stuff, and it's shocking to me because, with as many big announcements as Sony had at E3 and Gamescom and now this, I'm surprised that they're still putting stuff out there that still interests me. They didn't blow their load like I thought they were going to at E3. But speaking of blowing loads, music icon Common has been cast as the villain for John Wick 2.
Yeah.
Can we just segue always with ejaculate?
Sure.
Just every time.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but yes, let's do it.
So, who here has seen John Wick?
I have not.
Have not? Jareth?
No.
I didn't know if you saw it since we last did the spoiler cast.
No.
For some reason, I really feel like that's something Jareth should see.
It's surprisingly a very good movie.
I will see it at some point because, from what I understand, he's avenging a dog. So
Yeah.
That's crazy enough that I have to.
It's really good action. It's a decent story. Acting's surprisingly good.
The only thing I've seen recently is the X-Files, the show. I'm caught up on it now.
Good.
Oh, because it's coming back in February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
January 24th.
January. Okay. I knew it was sometime next year, but yeah. Speaking of interesting casting choices, Shane Carruth's next film will star Anne Hathaway, Keanu Reeves, Daniel Radcliffe, Asa Butterfield, Jeff Goldblum, Chloe Grace Moretz, Abraham Atta, and Tom Holland.
So pretty much just everybody.
Yeah. So the guy went from doing Primer and
Upstream
Color. I'll never remember the name of that movie. But yeah, Primer was amazing. The reason I like Shane Carruth is he doesn't hold the audience's hand.
No,
He's
not
like,
at all.
You either fucking get this movie, or
I hope he stays true to that.
I really do too.
Going forward, I have my doubts.
Real quick, what's the last thing Jeff Goldblum's been in?
Jurassic Park.
Those apartment.com commercials.
He's been in a bunch of episodes of The League, which is a great show.
Has.
But I think The Fly was the last movie he did.
Brundlefly?
Yeah.
All right. It's nice to know he's still working. I like Jeff Goldblum.
So Shane Carruth went from having nobodies in his movies to having Catwoman, Neo, Harry Potter, two kids from I don't know. Then he has Dr. Ian Malcolm, the one girl from Carrie, and the new Spider-Man. All in his movie.
We have a new Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
Breaking news.
I don't think I know who Tom Holland is.
Nobody does.
He's the new Spider-Man.
Thanks,
He's
Jared.
literally, he's just like a 16-year-old kid from Britain.
Mm.
He's been in a bunch of those BBC kid shows, I guess. But apparently from like what people have who've been getting early screen, because he's going to be in Civil War, Captain America Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
So people have seen him and he's not that bad. So yeah,
in
Shane
Captain
Carruth.
America Civil War, is there going to be a whole lot of Captain America in that?
Yeah,
Probably.
it's Captain America versus Iron Man. They're going to fight each other.
How much I want to see that then?
But it's Captain America fighting Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true.
But don't you
Man.
just not like
Did you not
superhero movies?
Did you not see Winter Soldier?
I did.
Winter Soldier was good.
It is all right.
He doesn't like superhero movies.
I don't.
I know he doesn't, but still.
But I like some, I did Winter Soldier. I think the problem is I was told by a lot of people that it was really awesome, and I came away thinking it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
But
So-
I really like Shane Carruth as a director.
So from
Yeah, I
now
do too.
on,
It's
if
very-
I want you to like a popcorn flick, I should be like, it's all right. You should see it though, but it's all right.
Yeah, or this piece of shit.
Yeah, just really undersell it.
Undersell it hard.
The acting's
Undersell everything.
horrible. It's just all dicks on the screen the whole time.
I'll be like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna go get this.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, that's the best
Well,
movie.
expectations really do have an effect on things, though. You know, you can later frame it in a different perspective,
Yeah.
but
It's kind of like with this movie. I don't know what the title of it's going to be or what
No.
it's going to be about, but since Shane Carruth is doing it, I'm expecting a huge mind fuck of a movie.
yeah,
Speaking of fucking, Poland has once again refused to extradite Roman Polanski to the U.S.
that's the best segue ever.
Yeah, because it's actually true. Maybe we'll get him next time, U.S.
Yeah, we're trying to get him here just to charge him.
Yeah.
Okay,
For those of you out there listening who don't know, Roman Polanski fucked a kid back in the 80s, and he ran away to Poland.
so blunt. I like it. That's
You
what
know,
he did.
It's what he did. He fucked a kid, and then he
he's a
ran away
messed
to
up
Poland.
guy.
Yeah. He's still making movies, and
He
people
directed Lolita, and he was like, "This is a good idea."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should take away from that.
Yeah.
Just
So, how can I work this one in? It's something to do with fucking insanity. Speaking of fucking insanity,
I don't know. I think speaking of fucking works again.
Activision has bought King, the makers of Candy Crush, for $5.9 billion. Holy fuck. Oh.
God, I need to make some really stupid phone game.
Activision now...
I need to donate just all my time dedicated to that.
So Activision now owns video games, right? They just own video games.
Pretty much. It's them or EA, and EA is pretty much involved with them half the time, so.
I mean, Activision bought Blizzard for $20 billion, and now they
Wow.
bought King. So Activision, they already had Call of Duty. Now they have
Which is
World
putting
of...
out two, groundbreaking games. By groundbreaking, I mean sales.
Yeah.
Games a year.
Well, it's not always Activision that makes those, like Sledgehammer and
That's
Infinity Ward, or does
Still
Activision...
getting, it's still getting revenue for them, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah, that's... And now, so they own console, they own PC, and now they own mobile.
Yup.
Jesus
That's crazy.
Christ.
Welcome to the monopoly.
$5.9 billion. So over
if I
the
was
past...
like the CEO of them, I'd wear the Monopoly guy hat and like a monocle every time.
I would
was-
hope you would.
Actually, if I was really
You'd
rich,
look like
I would
Uncle
just do
Pennybags.
that.
Why don't you just do that anyway?
I would wear my normal clothes, then have a monocle, the top hat, and the mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you should do that.
yeah. So, speaking of Activision, Activision confirms Call of Duty film for 2018. So,
Yay.
who knows? Maybe after, what's coming out first? Is Assassin's Creed coming out first, or is Warcraft coming out first?
What do you mean?
The movie.
The movie. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure when is Warcraft set to release.
June of 2016. And I don't know when Assassin's Creed's coming out, but
Actually, to be honest, I don't know why I asked that question. I'm surprised that there's an Assassin's Creed movie.
yeah, Michael Fassbender's the main character.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know. This could go either way.
You know what the worst of the three will probably be? The Call of Duty movie set to be released in 2018.
Please let Michael Bay make it.
Might as well.
Yeah.
All they've got to do is make a war movie.
Yeah.
Which
Done.
I don't like war movies or first person shooters, so this probably doesn't.
And I actually really
like.
like both. So it's going to be a movie for me, pretty much.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
It could fall hard.
yeah.
But
I don't know.
speaking of falling hard, Noomi Rapace is going to star in the Amy Winehouse biopic.
She kind of looks like her.
A little bit. So a couple months ago, I really pissed off the internet when I told them I didn't know who.
Is this a Chadwick level of piss off the internet?
No, because this is just an opinion that pissed
Okay.
people off. It's a band. I forget who they are, but they're like a really popular. They're like one of the newer bands that makes quote unquote good rock now.
Yeah, I hadn't heard a Taylor Swift song until like 3 months ago or something like that. I didn't really know who she was, actually.
But it really pissed people off. They're like, "What do you mean you don't know who so and so is?" And I'm like, I don't listen to music. Like Brian knows this.
Yeah.
I'm to the
I might
point-
not though. They might be really bad, and I might not know who they are, or I probably would know who they were.
So yeah,
Now I'm curious who it was.
I'm looking it up right now because they just rickrolled the Westboro Baptist Church.
The band did?
Yes, the band did with the Foo Fighters.
Oh, you know who the Foo Fighters are.
I can't name a single Foo Fighters song.
They were popular like when we were kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
They've been working
There
consistently.
Goes My Hero, Watch Him As He Goes or whatever, you know?
No,
You would know it. Everlong.
if I heard the song,
you?
I'd be like, "Oh, that's Foo Fighters."
Yeah, you would know.
So,
Learn to Fly, wasn't that the...
So I did not know Amy Winehouse was a person until she died.
Yeah.
So whenever my sister said, "Hey Andrew, did you hear Amy Winehouse died?" I thought it was somebody from our high school. I'm like,
Right.
"Oh man, was that one of your friends?" She's
Poor
like, "What?"
Amy.
Yeah. So yeah, I just pissed off the entire internet again by saying I don't know who Amy Winehouse
Yeah,
is.
well, I mean, you're just being honest.
I don't see how you're obligated to know that.
You are not.
Oh, the internet feels I should be. They got livid when I didn't know
Well,
who the Foo Fighters were. So.
The internet feels that everybody is obligated to know everything that they know.
Yes. So
yeah. Or, yeah.
Or at least pretend that you know what they know to be part of
Or
the
share
collective.
their same interests, you know?
Yeah.
speaking of kaiju, Guillermo del Toro has confirmed that the script for Pacific Rim 2 is finally complete.
I
Man,
was
I'm just
clearly
like
listening to
groaning
it.
at everything right
Dude,
now.
I'm excited. I loved Pacific Rim. It
I
was
did.
the exact movie I wanted at the time. I wanted giant robots fighting giant monsters.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was visually impressive.
Yeah. I actually
No.
got really
It's
sick
awesome.
during that movie because I got drunk and then I went and saw it in IMAX 3D.
Oh,
That
that's
sounds
probably
like
a
a good way
terrible
to do
idea.
it.
And then I threw up all over the side of a Kmart.
That's they not like they care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically just added to Kmart.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that's what the side of Kmart was for.
Yeah, vomiting. They have that weird, like, etched, like, siding to their buildings. It's not smooth. It's, like, grooved on the
Yeah.
side. It's really weird.
Yeah, like back when it was Venture.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's something new now, the one in Springfield. It's like a at home, I think.
Yeah, there still is a Kmart here.
Is there? Is it the one on
It's
Glenstone?
right over here. Yeah,
It's
kind
right
of.
over there, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I thought it just went belly up. That whole company did.
should have.
It's still clinging to life.
Speaking of clinging to life, HBO renewed The Brink for a second season, promoted the second season, and then canceled the second season.
I don't think I know what that show is.
It's actually really good. It's Tim Robbins and Jack Black trying to stop World War III from happening. And it's
What?
fucking hilarious.
Hmm.
It's all about, like, they're trying to secretly, like, Tim Robbins works for the White House as, like, one of the chief advisors for the president, and then Jack Black works at the embassy in, I think, it may be some made-up country in the Middle East, but they're trying to stop, like, World War III from happening because they find out that the country has a nuclear weapon that they're about to drop
I
on, like,
was not
Israel.
familiar with that at all.
It only had one season, but if you have HBO go and watch that show. It was hilarious. And the main guy
Seems like a weird premise for a hilarious show.
Yeah, I know, it's really dark humor, and Tim Robbins plays this lewd, misogynistic asshole, but he's hilarious in it the whole time. And it stars also from Orange is the New Black is a show I'm trying to think of. Pablo Schreiber. He was the really tall, perverted security guard.
Yeah.
Porn stash, yeah.
Yeah, Porn Stash, him. It stars him. It also stars a guy named Eric Layden. Did you ever watch Generation Kill that I gave you?
I still have it.
Okay. Did you ever watch any of the
I
episodes?
haven't watched any of it yet, though.
Okay.
But
He's one of the Marines. And those two together, the chemistry they have is just hilarious. They're JAG pilots. And it's just funny because they always get like high on LSD and stuff before they go fly a plane.
Now that sounds fun.
It's really funny.
It also sounds like a really good way to crash a plane.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, go and watch The Brink. It was really funny, and it's a shame that they canceled it because that show had a lot of potential that it would go on to be just really funny. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for Top 10 News.
No.
And in case everybody's curious, yes, we do have a Patreon campaign. You can donate as little as $1 a month to help make this channel and the podcast better, because we're all going to make the channel better together. Go to patreon.com/flickfreaks and give us your money. Now it's time to move on to trailer talk. We got 4 trailers to talk about this week. There was not really a 5th one unless we want to talk about the Japanese version of the Star Wars trailer, which there was actually all brand new footage.
What?
It was really cool.
Man, screw the Japanese. They're always getting neat stuff we don't get.
We did get it. It's just called the Japanese trailer.
No.
Okay. So
Jareth refuses your offer.
So the first trailer we're going to be talking about is for a film called Don Verdean. It stars Sam Rockwell. Who else was in that movie? What's his name from Flight of the Conchords? Jermaine Clement. Yeah. It looks like a really funny movie. Amy Ryan is also in it. And
yeah, I'll probably end up seeing it.
Danny McBride and Will Forte.
A lot of people I like in that movie, so I'll end up seeing it.
So it's about this. You all right there, buddy?
No, Jareth's gonna die.
I'm dying.
I'm gonna miss you.
All over.
Does it taste like bacon?
No, I just decided that I needed more spit in my lungs.
Somebody opened a Pokeball and coughing came out. Anybody? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Brian does not know how Pokeballs work.
No, I don't know.
If I wasn't dying, that
I just know there's one called that, though.
There is one called
Yeah.
A cough?
Coughing.
Coughing is a Pokeball.
No, he's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He lives in a Pokeball if you catch him.
Yeah.
Does when you open the Pokeball...
So what I said was not terribly off base.
No, it was actually dead on.
Oh, man.
Is that why you were laughing? Is because he actually called something?
I nailed it.
I feel really good about myself. Between that and race car, I'm on a high.
Dude.
He's kicking my ass today.
All right, so Don Verdean, it stars all those people, and it's about this televangelist who goes over to the Middle East to find hidden artifacts from the Bible. He fakes everything that he finds. He's like forging Goliath's skull, and he's trying to find a knockoff Holy Grail, and it looks really funny.
It looks like it's got a lot of potential, like 90% chance that it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
And then a 10% chance it might just be super annoying.
It looks like it has like dry humor.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to be slapstick or vulgar or anything. It looks like just witty comedy. And I'm all about that.
Yeah.
And Jared Hess is the guy who wrote and directed it. He did like Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite, so that might be why it just seems a little bit familiar with that kind of comedy.
Yeah, that feel to it.
The next movie we're going to be talking about is called The Brothers Grimsby. It stars Sacha Baron Cohen, Ian McShane, Mark Strong, Scott Adkins, and Rebel Wilson, who I think is really funny. And then you also have like Isla Fisher and Penelope Cruz. A-list cast. It's written by Sacha Baron Cohen, so you know it's going to be funny. It's about a elite hitman for the government and his soccer hooligan brother stopping crime together. Looks pretty funny.
Can't see how that could go wrong.
Yeah.
In a pair.
The trailer was really interesting because like for 90% of it you thought it was going to be like this first person action film, and then at the very end it just throws you for a 180 with Sacha Baron Cohen having sex with Rebel Wilson on a bed inside of a store.
That's how you know if you really want that bed. You don't know until you have sex.
No, you have to test its durability.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be seeing that one for sure. Next film up is a film called Anomalisa by Charlie Kaufman, who we all know as the genius behind Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Adaptation, and Being John Malkovich. Brilliant, mind-melting director. Everything he does is extremely unique. It's not like he's
he's
pulling out
definitely
another
putting in the work.
Yeah.
He's interesting always.
And this movie is a stop motion, which, you really don't see that a lot. I think the last stop motion movie I saw was Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Which was excellent.
It was a great movie.
The last thing I saw that was stop motion.
And yeah, Wes Anderson. I'm not saying that there's a same director because they're really not, but I think that they could both do stop motion justice and make it very, very interesting.
There's enough quirkiness to the subject material.
Exactly. And you could probably get away with it because I don't know if you guys noticed. You know how the MPAA, or no, it's not the who is the MPAA for like movies? Is it?
Yeah, that's right. The
Okay.
governing body that
Yeah,
rates things.
That's what I didn't.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I got that acronym right. But it said at the very beginning, vulgar and graphic nudity.
Yeah.
So
I didn't notice that.
yeah, it said vulgar graphic
Well, I mean, they
nudity.
didn't put it in the trailer.
And I was wondering, like, are we going to get like a weird Team America sex scene in this
Or
thing?
they're just like slapping two naked
Yeah,
dolls.
we
on
can
each
Yeah.
only hope. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had one of those.
Yum. I was saying yum to the root beer I was having. Not,
yeah,
not
sure
no
you
one
were.
can see that though.
yeah. I just as soon as I said yum, I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, that was to the root beer, not puppet sex. And the final trailer we're going to be talking about: Blizzard Entertainment, owned by Activision, owned by God, has made a film called Warcraft, produced also by Universal and Legendary. Legendary makes great films. Everything they do. They're really good at this kind of stuff. Whenever they do like Godzilla or Pacific Rim, I could definitely see Legendary doing a Warcraft movie. And a lot of people are like complaining about the CGI and stuff, that it doesn't look realistic. I actually don't want the movie to look realistic. I think that the art style they chose for this, like CGI heavy, is really what.
I'm just glad they're not going with the cartoony wow. See, like everybody's blocky and weird, like
You know-
giant hands.
You know who, like, have you ever seen like the trailers, like the cutscene trailers that they do for like the WoW expansions?
Yeah,
I think those look amazing.
those do look pretty cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if the movie looked a lot like those, and I'd be okay with those. But it's based on Warcraft 1, going back to the very original. They're starting the story from the beginning.
Which is a bold move, considering that most of their following doesn't really know it.
Honestly, whenever I first heard this movie was going to be made, I thought it was going to be the Lich King story. I thought that's what they were the Arthas storyline.
Oh, yeah, but that's the most well-known storyline already.
See, that's why I thought they were going
So.
to be doing it. Hit that target audience.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about this movie is directed by Duncan Jones, who did Moon, which was an amazing movie.
Yeah, Moon was so good.
And fun fact for everybody out there, Duncan Jones is David Bowie's son.
For really real?
For really
yeah,
real.
I read that not that long ago. Freaked me
Well,
out.
then there must be a little bit of magic in this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am very excited about Warcraft. So out of the 4 movies on this list, which one are you the most excited for, and which one will you not be seeing?
I could see myself seeing all of these at some point.
Yeah.
In terms of like, just when it comes out, I'll be like, yeah. I'll end up seeing that. It's probably the Charlie Kaufman movie because
And
the track
Anomalisa,
record. Yeah.
the guy does put out some brilliant stuff, but for me, honestly, I'm probably going to see Warcraft first. And if I had to choose one, which I probably wouldn't see, it'd be a toss-up between Don Verdeen and the Brothers Grimsby. Because I'm
Yeah.
not on board the Sacha Baron Cohen train
I'm
that
really-
everybody else is.
I'm really not either. He's very hit or miss for me.
Yeah. Borat was funny, but that was actually the only funny thing I've ever seen him do. I don't really care for Ollie G.
I like him in things.
Yeah.
I don't.
His side part, his like extra part in the Will Ferrell NASCAR movie was good. Why
I love
can't
that
think?
movie.
Talladega
Talladega
Nights,
Nights.
Ballad
Yeah.
of Ricky Bobby.
All right, so it is time now for the Fairbairn forecast. Let you guys know what movies you can go and see in theaters this week. Actually, only 2 new movies in theaters. You can go and see the Peanuts movie, which is actually getting insanely good ratings and reviews. Or you can go and see Spectre. Spectre, those are the 2 movies.
Well, that's a hell of a square off, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a bunch of movies that are still in theaters, like The Martian, The Last Witch Hunter, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Ugh.
Bridge of Spies, which I hear is really good.
Yeah, I'll probably end up seeing that. It's one of those movies that I'll probably see and like, but it's not enticing.
Yes. Now, guys, in case you're wondering, if you can somehow see the clothes we're wearing, we're not wearing anything from our store, but we do have a store.
I'm wearing our underwear.
Yes, we do have
Yeah,
underwear.
we have no way
actually
of
do
proving-
have underwear.
We have no way of proving him wrong either.
Yeah. So,
Call
There
my
is
bluff.
a way. There is a way, but we're not calling that bluff.
Call my bluff.
yeah, call my bluff. So, yeah, we have a store. You can go to shop.spreadshirt.com/flickfreaks. Again, that's shop.spreadshirt.com/flickfreaks. And you can find t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, phone tablet cases, all that kind of stuff at the store. It's all actually surprisingly really good stuff. I was surprised at how good it all turned out.
Shop at Flick Freaks because we give a shirt.
We do give a shirt. Oh, damn it, that is so good. Damn it, that is
Jared's
good.
finest moment.
That is good.
Caught on tape.
Guys, I think it's time for us to play IMDb Idiots.
Can I just go ahead and lose?
Who's hosting this?
Me.
You're hosting this. All right, Jared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
get my
for
ass
our new
beat.
listeners out there, if you're new to our show, what IMDb Idiots is, it's a little game we like to play at the end of the podcast where I will list off facts about a film, television show, or video game. And the cohorts with me today, Brian and Jareth, have to guess which form of media I am talking about. The first to 3 correct answers wins. The only caveat is they get one guess. And if they guess it, then they're out. Unless both of them guess wrong, then they both get to come back in. So, having said all that, are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to lose. I'm prepared.
So the first
I feel pretty good.
film, it's a film. It's directed by Joel Schumacher. And it's written... Actually, no, I won't do that. Because the guy's only written one thing. So, it stars Logan Lerman and Jim Carrey.
The number 23?
The number 23.
Yay.
On the board.
Not a great movie.
No, not a great movie.
No. All right.
They do say 23 a lot in that
A
movie.
little too much. We get the idea.
You know what? Like, if I cook this many eggs and then poop in a bucket and then mix it all together, it comes out looking like a 2 and a 3. Woo!
What?
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
The next medium up is another film. And it's directed, I'll help you spell this out. So, Nima Nourizadeh.
Sure.
Nima Nourizadeh.
These stupid tiny letters, they're super hard to press.
It stars Miles Teller.
Project X?
Project X.
Should have just shot for it.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 there. I did not know he was in that movie. I saw it and hated it, but I didn't know Miles Teller was in it.
Well, here's the killing blow. Let's do this.
You know what? We're going to make this a film as well. Directed by Andrew Dominic. Dominic is spelt with a K at the end.
Oh, it is.
Written also by Andrew Dominic. Based on the novel by Ron Hansen.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford?
Brian shuts out
No!
Jareth Mooneyham.
I even said the full title just to be an asshole.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie with a
It is a
very
good
long
movie.
title.
It's a long movie, too.
Wait, is it the assassination? Jesse?
Yeah. How long is...
Blackberry strikes again.
Fuck you, bro.
Jared's inferior technology has cost him the victory.
Hey, I've won one once.
It's a
I
2.5
won one.
hour movie.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's a long movie. Actually, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's I thought it was even longer than that, but yeah, it's lengthy.
Yeah, it's a really long movie. So that's going to wrap it up for IMDb Idiots and the podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Guys, do you have anything to plug? I know Brian does.
I do.
You're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
No, I'm working on stuff right now. I will have a website shortly. Well, I do have one, but it's not really completely for the public yet because I am working on design things and everything.
What's your Twitter handle?
Well, that's about to change later today.
Okay. Well, what is it right now?
Right now, it is it is at Slow Descent Blog. That's my Twitter right now. That's going to change though because apparently the name The Slow Descent is everyone has it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to. I didn't know that when I set out on my mission. So I'm going to go back to my original blogging name this is like 10, 12 years ago, of Brian versus the Media. That will be that will be who I am. So more details to come on that.
My favorite thing is you were following like 4 people the other day whenever I followed you. The only other person you were following at the time was somebody named Booing Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki from the Mavs.
Yeah, that's Spencer.
That's Spencer?
Yeah.
I just love the tagline from this. The only Mavs blog where grudges from the 80s never die.
Yeah. He's very committed.
Who hates Kiki?
Well, Spencer has embarked upon a mission to become an NBA fan. So he has an entire blog dedicated to this. It's very fascinating.
That's just the funniest thing.
So that's the general principle there. Is he's attempting to be a Dallas Mavericks fan. That's what
you make it sound like it's so really like hard.
It's an arduous journey.
Maybe
and then me, what I'll be doing is writing about literally whatever. Like I've decided to expand my focus instead of narrowing it. That way, I'll always have something I want to write about at any given time. So I've already written a couple movie reviews.
Maybe Spencer will be friends with Mark Cuban. Who knows?
I'm hoping that for his sake, that's where this leads.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. He seems like a pretty
maybe
chill
I could
guy.
glom onto this, get a couple million.
Yeah, he's got. You guys watch Shark Tank?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
He's on there. He likes to give people money.
Yeah.
All right.
I like to receive money.
Hey, you guys are a match made in heaven. He gives money away. You take the money.
It all makes sense now.
It makes so much sense.
It's my favorite pastime.
So next week we have a photo shoot, which is interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Why do we have a photo shoot?
For all of our promotional materials.
Yeah, we're promoing.
So I'm going to be on stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're already on stuff.
You're all
I'm
over
already
the place.
on stuff?
Dude, all those reaction videos
yeah. Shit.
Your videos, together, I think, have about 10,000 views. Total.
Lots of people have seen your face.
You're actually going to be doing a couple more reaction videos today as soon as this podcast ends.
Suck it.
So, thank you to everybody for listening to this podcast. We're going to get right into those reaction videos, and we will catch you guys on episode 58 of the Flick Freak Podcast. Until next time, thank you for listening, and Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Bye.